All right, we've made it through the first month of 2025. January have given us a lot of changes. I don't know if some of you know, but we ended up getting a new president. And he has gotten, in a sense, a lot done. I mean, he has signed a lot of executive orders. Now, a lot of us, have made some major changes for ourselves. A lot of us have started new resolutions. And for some of us, unfortunately, have given up on some of those resolutions, but that's okay. We can always start those again. Just because you gave them up doesn't mean you have to give up the rest of the year. But there are other things that end up changing around this time of year, and that's changes in the real estate market. This is the time when a lot of buyers are getting ready to purchase a property. They're getting their down payment and their closing costs all in order. But it's not just buyers that are, in a sense, preparing. Sellers are getting their homes ready to be put onto the market. People start perusing around real estate websites like Zillow and Redfin, or they contact a real estate agent to kind of get an idea as to where their property value is, what could they sell their home for, how could I go about purchasing a property. They go through all of those, questions that are specific to their wants and their needs. So yes, this time right now is the time in which we start to end up getting some big changes in the real estate market. Demand really begins to start to pick up. But what hasn't changed? Well, interest rates to purchase a property really haven't changed. Now, yes, we are getting big swings in interest rates in a relatively short amount of time, but generally interest rates are remaining high, and we're not getting that change that we all really want. We want interest rates to significantly come down. Now, I'm sure that you all would like to know, what are properties selling for? Where are interest rates right now? Well, I'm going to give you the answers to those questions in this video. So what are properties selling for right now in Las Vegas? Well, homes in the city of Las Vegas for the month of January had a median sales price of $480,000, which is about a 9% increase from January of last year. Yeah. For those of you who bought a property a year ago, congratulations. For those of you who own a property, congratulations to you too. That is a nice jump from where we were a year ago. Now, Henderson's median sales price for January was $530,000, giving them about a 1% increase from this time last year. Now, North Las Vegas is at about $410,000 median sales price, giving them about a 3.8% increase from this time last year. And Pahrump is currently at a median sales price of about $416,000, putting them at about a 20% increase from where they were this time last year. Now, take that with a grain of salt. The reason why I say that is because Pahrump has some big swings when it comes to the median sales price, in a sense, month to month. Now, the reason for this is that, in a sense, it's a small city, and they have a small number of properties that sell on any given month. But I don't want to take anything away from Pahrump. They're having an increase from December to January, in the month of January, property value increase that's much higher than Las Vegas, Henderson, and North Las Vegas. I'm going to give them that, you know what I mean? But I just want to put things in a little bit of perspective. Now, I think that these big swings also are due to the fact that, for those who don't know, the cost to purchase a property in Pahrump is significantly lower than what you're going to find in Las Vegas. And in many cases, you can purchase the same kind of property or the same kind of home in Pahrump for, wait for it, $50,000 to $75,000 less in Pahrump than you're going to end up paying for in Las Vegas. Now, to prove that, I'm going to show you this. All right, you guys, this is, in a sense, the multiple listing service. Now, you guys don't have access to this unless you're a real estate agent, but if you tune into my channel, you're going to get access to this. Now, these are the properties that I went ahead and I put a search together. Look, I just went ahead. What properties sold in the last 17 days? Single family home, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, around this square footage. Just so that we're, in a sense, comparing apples to apples. I didn't want to go ahead and put any other metrics in here because I don't want I don't want you guys thinking I'm cherry picking. But we've got 5 properties here in Las Vegas, 3 properties here in Pahrump that are like properties, comparing apples to apples. So what do these look like? These properties right here, these 3 are the properties in Pahrump. Now you guys know square footage, relatively the same. The time in which they sold, you can see the last 2 weeks. But here's the price difference. Check this out, $360,000, $375,000, $415,000. Let's take a look at what these properties look like. Here's the $360,000 property. Now that's a nice property. You got RV parking over here, 3-car garage. Let's check out inside. Not half bad, right? Okay, $360,000, you guys. Here's another property, $415,000. Nice. Now, we're not trying to sell you on Pahrump. I'm just providing you with what is currently happening in these 2 different cities. Now, here's the $415,000 property we just saw. Let's jump over to Las Vegas. Again, similar square footage, bedrooms, all of that. $475,000, $60,000 difference. Now, it's still a nice property, but the price difference is what we're talking about here. Now, would you like to get a $60,000 discount on a property like this? I know I would. So I'm just showing you guys. This is what's going on. Now, if we, continue down, $510,000, $550,000, $580,000, just to put things in some relative perspective. So the affordability is much better in Pahrump, and a lot of people are willing to go ahead and live in Pahrump, and they end up driving the hour it takes to go back to Las Vegas if that's where they work. Just saying. I know that it's not for everybody, but a lot of people decide to make this, decision to purchase a property in Pahrump and then, commuting to work. Now, these median sales prices for Las Vegas, Henderson, and North Las Vegas and Pahrump are all well and good, but how do these 4 cities compare to the national median sales price? All right, you guys, so this here is the median sales price for the United States. This is given to us by Redfin, if you guys want to go ahead and check it out for yourself. But here we go. U.S. housing market overview, median sales price, $427,000. All right, now that from a year ago is about 6% higher than where median sales prices were for the whole United States. You can see here the chart here from where we were January 2024, where we are today. All right, now, if you're curious, here is the chart for the median sales price for Las Vegas, North Las Vegas, Henderson, and Pahrump. Here's the chart. Here we were January of last year. Here we are today. You can see that we've had a decent increase. Now, overall, it seems relatively flat, and you get some fluctuations from month to month. But for the most part, we've gotten a decent increase. Now, obviously, Henderson, not much of an increase, that 1%, 9% for Las Vegas, North Las Vegas sitting there at 3.4%, and Pahrump here with the biggest 20% increase. So where are mortgage rates right now? So if you were wanting to go ahead and purchase a property and you needed to get a loan in order to do that, what would your interest rate look like if you were to get one right now? All right, you guys, so this is the 30-year fixed mortgage rate and a chart showing us what has happened over the last year, but this is where we are currently. We're in the low 7s, high 6s. Exactly what your interest rate is going to end up being is going to be around this range, depending on what's going on with a lot of your financial situation. But it's still going to be in the high 6s, low 7s. All right, now we get these big fluctuations, and that's really all dictated by what's happening in the economy. So if the economy really begins to slow and unemployment really begins to tick up, believe me, we're not going to be floating around this 6% range. It's going to drop pretty significantly. So, but this is where we're at right now with mortgage rates. And now I want to take a quick second, and I want to thank you guys for watching my videos, but this one isn't over yet. So don't tune out on me right now. But I want to thank you guys for watching. Now, if you're watching this on, Facebook or Instagram or wherever else and you're not on YouTube, please end up sharing it with other people that you think might benefit from this. But if you're watching this on YouTube, yes, I'm going to do the whole, click subscribe, all of that. Please, I'd love to grow the channel, grow my audience. So please, if you want more videos like this, or at least be alerted to more videos like this, what's happening in the real estate market, what's happening in the economy, please end up subscribing. I would appreciate it so much. Thank you for those of you that do. All right, let's get into the rest of this video. Okay, so what should we expect to happen to property values moving into the rest of 2025? Well, in order to know what's likely to end up happening to property values, to interest rates, and to the supply of homes, will all be dictated by what happens with the economy. No brainer, Pat. Okay, so currently the economy, meaning jobs and consumer spending, are doing very well considering the high prices of everything. Now, if the economy continues to remain strong, meaning that there is a relatively low unemployment rate and consumers continue to keep spending as they have been, I'd expect that mortgage rates are going to continue to remain in that 6% range, just like we talked about. But if we start to get a much slower economy and unemployment really begins to rise, I expect that mortgage rates will fall significantly into that 5% range. Okay, so let's say that happens. That the economy really begins to slow down and a lot of people end up losing their jobs. This will end up having a significant impact on property values and mortgage rates. We would likely end up seeing the Federal Reserve jump into action. They'll quickly end up dropping the federal funds rate to spur economic growth. And we'd end up seeing mortgage rates drop. And I'm talking about really fast, pretty much guaranteeing that we'd end up moving into that 5% range for mortgage rates. So what happens to the supply of homes, meaning the number of properties onto the market for buyers to be able to go ahead and purchase? Well, you guys probably already know the question to that if you guys have been watching my previous videos. Las Vegas currently has very few properties onto the market. The supply is very low. The reason for this is that, frankly, homeowners don't want to sell their property. A lot of them are sitting on low interest rates that they locked in 3 and 4 years ago. But if interest rates drop into that 5% range, I believe we would end up seeing a lot of these homeowners that are not wanting to sell begin to start the process of putting their properties onto the market. Now, why would this be important? Well, if we end up getting a higher supply of homes on the market, this will end up putting pressure on sellers to compete more aggressively to find a buyer. Therefore, we could potentially see prices drop or we'd end up getting better terms for buyers when negotiating to purchase a property. So I hope that all of this provides you guys with enough information to help you plan your next moves for 2025. Now, if you guys have any other questions about the real estate market, maybe about your home in particular, you can reach out to me anytime. The one thing I'll say is please share this with those that you feel that could benefit from this information as well. So I hope that this provides you guys with some sense of confidence for you guys knowing what to expect as we move into the rest of this year. Okay, so that pretty much wraps up what's currently going on and what you guys can look out for the rest of this year. So for those of you who don't know, I am a licensed real estate agent here in Nevada. So if you're wanting to go ahead and have a real estate professional that understands the market, so if you guys are looking to go ahead and buy and sell a property, please end up giving me a call. I do anything and everything I can for my clients to get them the best deal possible, along with guaranteeing that they're guided through every step of the transaction, making the transaction, in a sense, as the least stressful process as possible. So please end up reaching out to me. I can't help you guys if you don't end up giving me a call. Otherwise, I thank you guys for watching and I look forward to meeting up with you guys in the next video.